a good friend from the past, who's a good man, is in the middle of an international incident where his freedom is in question.
High-profile detainee Michael Spavor, who is currently being held at the hands of Chinese officials, while he actually went to school here at the U of C alongside his longtime friend Michael Burnett. Now, CityNews is learning more from this longtime friend who is calling on the Canadian government to do more. The two would often go to an optional smoking area and socialize each day, and Spavor's friend says he remembers the Michael he knew long before he was detained by the Chinese government.
Kind of a nice guy that really gets along with everybody. And I felt he was quite courageous to venture off into the great unknown, go teach English in South Korea.
Burnett says his friend and Calgary native Michael Spavor was well-liked, easygoing, and quite funny. He remembers when Burnett embarked on his journey abroad, the first stop, South Korea, to teach, but then other opportunities popped up.
He was invited to teach English in North Korea, which is where his whole North Korean saga began. And somehow he managed to get a role on a soap opera there.
Burnett first heard about Spavor being detained in China from media reports. The news, he said, was hard to believe. Spavor, of course, isn't the only Canadian being held in China. Michael Kovrig, a Canadian diplomat on leave who was working as an advisor with the International Crisis Group, was also taken into Chinese custody in December. Both men have had just 2 Canadian consulate visits since they've been detained. Many, including Spavor's friend, believe all of this is a result of China's retaliation to Canada, arresting tech giant Huawei CEO Meng Wanzhou, who faces extradition to the U.S. Burnett says the way Spavor is being treated compared to Meng Wanzhou, who is currently out on bail and has access to a lawyer, is unjust, and that the Canadian government needs to do something about Canadians being taken into custody by Chinese officials.
The Canadian government certainly has to do something about this. I think Canadians have to do something about this. We simply cannot allow our people to be trapped in foreign atmosphere and pretend nothing's going wrong.
In Calgary, Brittany Rosen, City News.